Good morning everyone, so welcome to another day here in Goathland. We've just left the pub just in the background. We're taking an early morning walk down to the train station. We're just going to check out what's going on down there. Got a tractor coming just here. So yeah, we're just going to check out the train station. We haven't actually been there yet. The train station was filmed, was used in a lot of scenes for the show. It was also used in Harry Potter, little known fact. So it was also used in Harry Potter as a Hogsmeade train station in the first few films. So yeah, let's go and check out the trains down there. We've got some new friends here just chilling. So yeah, let's go and check it out. Okay, so this is Goathland train station. This is the exact station that was used in Heartbeat. It was also used, like I said, in Harry Potter. And yeah, it's such a lovely old station. It's not been touched since, let's say, the 1940s, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, we're not allowed on the platforms, I don't think, because it is closed due to COVID at the moment. But yeah, this is the train tracks. Used a lot in the show as well. It's like our version back at home near Birmingham. We've got something called the Severn Valley Railway. It's very similar, very works in the same way. You know, historical railway hasn't been touched. So yeah, it's really nice to be here and check it out. And just for you kind of JDM enthusiasts, we've just walked to the other side of the station. Can anyone tell me what that is? I'm not good with JDMs. I'm very tempted to say it's an R33 Skyline. I'm really sorry for those if I've got it wrong, but I'm more of a classic car guy. But I'm saying that's a Skyline of some sort. So just let me know in the comments what it actually is. But yeah, there you go, guys, a bit of car spot. And another little kind of known filming location is this house here. This house was used in a lot of the episodes. The waterfall's just there. A lot of people tend to kind of fall off for some reason in the series, but yeah, that house was also used in the show. Okay guys, so we're here with Josh from Maverick Motors, and Josh has actually got an MG3 at the moment. He's gone in the club with us in the MG Young Members. He's a fellow member, so he actually wants now an MGB. Just from seeing Molly the weekend, he actually wants to buy one now, which the transformation is slowly completing. So I'm going to let Josh drive Molly now, because he actually wants to go buy an MGB. So I actually want him to get the feel for it, and we're just going to vlog it really. So yeah, here we go. Yeah, right, this is it. So gear stick, handbrake. Anything else I need to know about on the dashboard? Not just
really.
The brakes.
Just the brake. Yeah, that's the most important bit, really, isn't it? Right.
So first is straight ahead. Straight ahead, there we go. Right. Second is down. Third, straight across. You have to kind of, that's in one motion.
Right,
then
and yeah, because it's got 48 H pattern. So
that's it.
First, brake off, indicate out. Oh,
I feel like a driving instructor back in the 60s. Yeah. First impressions?
Just getting a feel for the clutch at the moment, actually. It's got very smooth sort of power delivery. It's sort of like a quite. I hate to say it sound weird, but it's like a milky engine, really, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that engine note though. Steering wheel is brilliant. It's, like it's almost like you've got a bus wheel, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But it's brilliant. Oh, I want to be. So Kieran, tell us a little bit about your MGB GT.
So this is a 1971 model, chrome bumper, one of the very last of the Mark II examples before the Mark IIIs were bought out in very late 1971 to 1972. This is Molly. She's a chrome bumper model, wire wheels, not fitted as standard. They were an optional extra on the Mark IIs, but I just wanted them fitted anyway. I've owned it for 2 years now. In that time I've took her to many shows. She's been to the NEC already. She's driven around the film set of BBC One's Peaky Blinders. She's met, I'm trying to think who she's met now. Tim Shaw from SOS, Car SOS. Tim Shaw's had a good look round her and he's liked her. Fuzz Townsend's walked past her the one time, had a quick look.
You know you like your celebrities when it Fuzz Townsend walked past it.
He was with his kid at the time, I'll let him off. But
right, fair.
yeah, so I've owned it for 2 years. We've had, in that time, the bumpers have been re-chromed. More mechanical things, we've had a new fuel pump put on. Brakes have been upgraded to vented discs on the front. New upgraded pads, the Girling pads on the front as well, just to make her stop a bit better. Rocker cover's been done. We've tuned her up last week, so the carburetors have been balanced out. Things like that really is just making her more comfortable for every day. I wouldn't say every day because it's not my everyday car, but just for kind of modern day driving.
Yeah, so you can run it and you can use it if you want to use it. And all that sort of stuff.
Of course, yeah.
The thing is as well, you know, it's I'm going to roll my window up here, I think.
I think I will as well.
Which way are we going? That way.
Yeah, you do have to get the engine workout going, yeah.
It's going to look very weird on YouTube.
Please stand by.
Right. That's a bit better. What I was going to say, the thing is with this, you know, you've got I mean, I've got a modern MG3, so it's kind of the case of, with that, you've got the amenities of a modern car. You've got, you know, central locking and parking sensors, a modern radio head unit, you know, all that sort of stuff. But with this old MGB GT, you've got a sort of a characterful sense to the car. Don't get me wrong, my MG3's got character, you'll find out when you drive that, but it's, with this you've got fine British workmanship, and it's not as bad as everybody says, is it? It's just, yeah.
Everyone always says to me, oh, MGB, reliability. You can say that about any car. You can say that about the most beaten up car in the world. If you look after it, the car will look after you. With a classic car, you need regular maintenance. I always say it's like an elderly lady. You need to treat elderly people correctly. You know, it's funny, it's true. In a nursing home, you treat old ladies correctly. In here, like same as a classic car, they need regular maintenance, regular care. So that's the way I look at it really. So I think now we're just coming up to Beck's Hole, which I think we'll do a U-turn at because there is quite a steep hill here. So can we stop here?
I think there is a pulling place.
Yeah, should we pull it just here? Yeah, just here.
There is this better one just around the corner.
Just around the corner.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a lovely drive though, isn't it? It's I mean, it's just nice, like we were saying earlier before we started filming. In an MGB GT, you can just come out and turn all your technology off and enjoy the time that you have. Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in here.
I actually want to get a photo here because this is a heartbeat filming location.
Alright, okay.
Yeah. If you pull just literally side of the bridge, as far over as you can.
Alright, so you want to be over here. Do you want to get out?
That'll do, yeah, that'll do.
Just before we stop filming.
Go on, yeah.
Thank you very much for watching with the MGB. I don't know whether I've going to add this in at the end of the film or not, so if it's not, then thank you very much.
So yeah, that was Josh's first drive of an MGB. So
I really want one.
Yeah, so now he's going to get one next week now. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So very quickly, guys, I thought I'd stop here as well because I did explain yesterday. This kind of location here is a very famous heartbeat filming location. Quite a few scenes happened here. One of the most memorable was when Jonathan Kerrigan, he actually jumped off the bridge here onto the moving train. There was a train just down here and he jumped onto the roof of it. The Ford Anglias parked just here and they were chasing the train all the way down for about a couple of miles down there. So that was a really good scene. Another memorable scene, Vernon Scripps, played by Geoffrey Hughes, parked his Bentley just here. And there was kind of a train robbery going on. I think he had cash in there to free David, so they thought it was fake actually. And he chucked the bag just down there and then ran off then with the Bentley up that road there. So that's really interesting to get this location here. And I wouldn't have known that if I wouldn't have watched the show. So to be here watching something on TV for years and then just seeing a little kind of memorable location like this is absolutely fantastic. But this time it's Molly here, not Ford Anglia police cars. But that could change, watch out, because I will reveal something in the next video. I won't say much yet, but you might have got a hint there, so stay tuned on that, guys. And now we're going to head back into Goathland, where all being well, we're going to see the E-Type Club. My friend Richard has got a very early 1962 Series 1 3.8 fixed head coupe, which is my dream, like my dream spec of one. They're doing a run all the way through Yorkshire today, and one of their checkpoints is in Goathland. So all being well, we're going to meet up with those now, so stay tuned and let's head back into Goathland. Okay then guys, things have got even more exciting. We've just came across the E-Type Club. who have arrived in Goathland. They're on kind of a Jaguar run, and just there is 8381 TF, which is my friend Richard's E-Type, which if you've watched my channel you may have noticed that I've met up with that one before, and I actually drove that one through the Peak District. That one, I'll show you through it actually, let's go and have a look at it. So 8381 TF is a very early 1962 3.8 litre fixed egg coupe owned by my friend Richard, and it's actually the only E-Type ever made in opalescent bronze with the green interior combination. So that's quite some special E-Type. He had it confirmed through the E-Type Club, so that's quite a special little E-Type. Just here we've got another Series 1 red Roadster, absolutely stunning C-Reg, so another quite early one. That looks like a Series 2 G-Reg, that's going to be a Series 2. Got another Series 1, sorry guys. Another Series 1, Series 2 again by the looks of it, so quite a few more up there, so this is absolutely brilliant. So, not Series 3 there as well, actually, the green one. So, yeah, the E-Type is pretty much up there with my dream car with Molly, so especially that colour's fantastic, so isn't that just brilliant? So yeah, this is it guys, this is the fleet of E-Types that have come up today to see us, so yeah, that's fantastic. So just before we go, we thought we'd go and have a quick look around the church. So I can picture a lot of scenes being filmed here, I do remember it, so it looks like it is closed. Right. But yeah, this is... Yes, it was, yes. It was. That just there was where Phil Bellamy was buried when he died, when he got shot. Yeah, that's fantastic to see here as well. Okay guys, so you don't join me in an MGB or an Austin A40 or a Wolesley, you in fact join me in something that was built a couple of years ago. It's an MG3 owned by Josh, who's very kindly let me have a drive in, because he drove Molly, so he thought he'd let me have a go in this. So I'm going to see what a modern MG is like in comparison to a classic, because I've never drove a modern MG before, I've never even been in a modern MG before, apart from my Huey that's a TF, and that's kind of modern, but you get the idea. This is a brand new MG, so I've never been in one before, I've never driven one, so it'll be really interesting to see how it drives in comparison to a classic MG, and to see if anything's the same, if anything's different. So let's have a go. So
how much of a shot outside in comparison to you and how far you sit your seat back.
The gears seem very they seem very nice actually. Nice.
Yeah, they're quite smooth. It's when I first got it, it was like trying to, I remember describing it in an article I did, it was like trying to stir a pot of half-melted Yorkie bars.
Yeah.
Was the way it was originally, but now it's actually sort of worn quite smoothly nice in, and it's very slick.
See, people from Yorkshire and people from Birmingham describe things a bit differently.
Yeah. We talk about Yorkie bars because we're from Yorkshire, and tell you what, we'll put. Do you want to put the windows up? Because we won't get any wind. That's a luxury you don't have.
It's more of a gym workout for me in the B, that.
Yeah, well, you saw from, you'll see in my video, it's with the working out with your driver's side window.
Yeah. So already, I mean, the throttle response is really good. Very long gears, but this handling the humps really well. Especially, obviously in a classic, any classic, whether that's an MGB, an E-Type or anything else, you will feel the humps a lot and you'll hear the sounds, and that's the whole joy of a classic. But this is taking it really nicely. This is taking the humps, the bumpy roads, really, really nice. Mirrors are massive, which is really good, so good all-round visibility. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Lovely short shifted, well, I say short shift, it's a long shift gearbox.
It is quite long, but it's at the same time you don't need to shift them as much.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm in fourth. I'm sitting comfortably in fourth. It's ticking over at just over 2,000 RPM, so good for fuel consumption. So now for the sheep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it suits it. It's a city car. Obviously, it's made more for the city, but even in the countryside, I can't really tell what it's like. I can't really say to you what it's like in the city because I've never driven one in the city. Yeah. But already in the countryside, it's a good, it handles the roads well, it corners well, as we discovered earlier. It stops well, as we basically discovered earlier.
Yeah, but yeah, we don't have that on film, sadly.
But yeah, I mean, going down quite a steep hill in a minute, we'll see what the brakes are like, and we'll see just how they are.
The thing is, at the end of the day, I drive this every single day pretty much. And I drive it both in the city and in the country. It takes me an hour's drive every day to get to work, and I live out in the countryside, so it's a case of for me, this has done exactly what I wanted it to do. It's a great all-rounder. It does a bit of country driving, it does a bit of city driving. It was primarily built for city, but I've adapted it to be a bit better at country driving.
And that's the thing, I mean, it's the same as my TF. I mean, my MG TF, I've kind of adjusted that a bit so it's better for everyday driving. I mean, a lot of people use TFs for their kind of weekend toys, but for me, I wanted one as a, you know, an everyday car, any weather, any conditions, any kind of, you know, any situation. So little things I did to that, like putting mud guards on it, that was something, because I'm OCD with cars keeping them clean, so I thought that's one good thing. The hard top, I bought a hard top for it, just so, you know, during the winter period, not only is it warmer, but it also handles the rain a bit better as well. So, and talking of TFs,
What a surprise!
what a coincidence! Look at that! What a coincidence! As we were just talking about TF, one just happened to come across. So
right, so this bit you might have to give it a bit of revs. The thing with the MG3 is they've got quite a strange clutch biting point, but the takeoff's quite nice.
yeah, definitely.
It did make me laugh the other day when I'd put. You'll have hopefully have seen by now on my YouTube channel. I've just done the exhaust on this, which we might. I don't think we'll be able to hear it now because we're not going fast enough. But the other day I put a video of it on it was one of the Facebook MG groups, and someone said, "Oh, is that turbo?" And it did make me laugh because the takeoff's really good at low speeds. And yes, it is getting very hot in here, so we'll just bugger it. Let's open the windows all the way. But it's a great car just for sort of a bit of everything. But it's still an MG. It's, you know, it was. What annoys me is when people say, "Oh, you mean the Chinese one?"
No.
I get it with the modern ones that are technically the same as this, but you know, I made a point with this one that I bought one early enough to have actually been built in Longbridge.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's like my TF. I mean, the TF as well, that was a 2004 built car, so one of the last ones to be built at Longbridge. But even these, I mean, one thing that annoys me as well is when people say, you know, oh, it's just like, you know, it's a family car, it's a city car, it's not sporty. I've been driving this for a couple of minutes and already I consider this to be a sporty car.
yeah,
So it's not like it's got rid of the whole MG image completely, because MG have only built sporty cars from the 1910s onwards, you know, and it's not really got rid of that sporty feeling. So I like how MG have incorporated the sporty feeling while still trying to make it a modern car, which is, you know,
yeah, exactly.
It's nice to have. So.
no, you're fine.
There's that little shopper on the back as well.
This is lovely Beck Hole, or as Karen keeps saying, Beck's Hole. You've probably seen it in some videos.
It's on from Birmingham.
But it's gorgeous, this Beck Hole. It's this cutesy little village.
So I'm in second now, and it's handling the hill very nicely. We have to go up to first gear up again. No, it's handling it quite nicely.
Keep your foot to your floor. It tends to just, and it'll hook the corner very well.
Very well.
Nice to see the new mount hanging on well. But it just hooks it really well, and then obviously when you do get a flat surface you then get the torque band as well that comes with it. I mean, if you floor it now after these people, obviously
That's foot flat to the floor. Yeah, it's really long gearing, but in these kind of situations that's better.
yeah,
So yeah, it's really
you get that sort of power through all the ranges. It's annoying. I think the thing is, when people initially reviewed the car, they said it was underpowered.
oh no.
But I think they just looked at it. If you look at it differently, it's just not geared as most modern cars are.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not necessarily underpowered. Yes, it is a bit sluggish, but it's
In a good way.
It's powered. It's geared differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Modern cars, you know, city cars, are geared to just quickly flick up through the revs, whereas this is sort of all around. So it just works quite nicely, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. Should we do a loop up to the island and back, which is this way?
Where are we going? So yeah, it's just nice, and like now, you know, you can just pop it in second, and then it'll
glide up. Yeah, we're taking it nice and easy through pedestrians. Yeah, it's.
just goes quite nicely.
When you want it to be, it's a quiet car, but when you want it to be, it's also.
That's what I wanted. I wanted it, that exhaust, like I said in my video recently, I wanted it so that it's not loud that when I'm driving off slowly in the morning it's going to wake the neighbours up, but if you want to floor it, it's just going to, you know,
it's going to go, yeah, exactly. Now where's Lee's back, so where have they parked?
I haven't a clue.
You're right in front. Oh, fantastic.
It's funny because we don't know whether we're going to make these all separate videos or something, so this could all be just one big video.
What you're watching at the minute, guys, is completely unedited stuff.
But now you just shove, I tell you what, get up to 30 and shove it in 4th or 5th.
That's 4th. That's at 30.
Wait.
In 5th. That's ticking over at 1,500 RPM. That's about 30 miles an hour.
If we are just flick through the menu. So it'll tend to do sort of that miles per gallon, obviously goes down when you accelerate, but if you're just going around town in 5th, it's just gliding along.
Definitely, yeah.
So in terms of comparison to, let's say, either your TF or your MGB, what sort of style is it? You know, what's your thoughts on it?
So really? I think, as I say, it's still a little sporty car. Like the headlights and, you know, the mirrors are big, but they've still made it aerodynamic and little things like that. They've still incorporated a sporty feel to a car that a lot of people wouldn't normally consider sporty. So it's nice that they've, you know, kind of...
Oh my God, this is going to make it round the roundabout.
That turning circle was brilliant as well. That was a really good turning circle.
That's something I've never done.
Yeah. So there you go, we've learned something new already.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, first impressions of this car, you know, it's a lovely sporty little car, great for the city, and obviously I can't really say that because I haven't done it yet, but also great for the countryside as well if you want a little fun car to whiz around, you know, to, I wouldn't say bat around, but you know, to have a bit of fun in kind of.
Yeah, it's something that I think for people like me who, let's say at the moment, can't afford a daily driver and a classic. Yeah. It's a great in-between car. You know, you can have it for, let's say, days like today where I'll come up and join you guys and have a bit of fun having a drive and do things like that. Oh, got a bit of overrun then. Yeah. But at the same time, it's also great for just driving to work on a Monday morning.
Yeah, and that's why I bought the TF, and like the TF and this as well. I mean, I wanted something that's sporty and fun to drive every day. And I know I loved my car. I had a Toyota before, that was really nice, but it just doesn't have the feel that TF had. You know, it's a sporty little car, it's fun, things like that. So anyway, we can find it. Oh, I heard that.
That's what I mean. The thing is, the great thing about my exhaust is when you get it hot, it does proper pop.
Yeah.
I hate to quote my last video from my mate, you won't have heard that, but you let off now. You let off when without the clutch.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You can hear that gurgle. You can hear the gurgle.
I don't think the camera will be able to pick it up, but it's just sort of
yeah, definitely.
I wanted it to just pick that up.
Definitely.
It's I think if you drove a standard MG3 in comparison to your car, it's a completely different world altogether.
Yeah.
But it's got that nice sort of
character. It's still got character.
Yeah,
that's the best way I can put it. It's still got character, and I'm not a motoring journalist. I'm not a well. I'd like to get into reviewing, but I haven't done much reviews. But from what I can say from this, I wouldn't say no to one of these. I was actually considering. I've got to admit, I was actually considering a 3 or a 6 as a new car, but I still wanted the MG feel, which is why I still went for a TF.
So yeah, overall we happy.
That's very nice. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. So overall, fun little car. I wouldn't say no to one, and it incorporates modern technology, but with still the old design, kind of sporty feel. So
yeah, I mean you've got the red Metro steering sort of wheel, and you've still got a bit of.
And you've still got the
MG. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, anything with the MG octagon logo on it's still an MG, but it's still got that MG feel and character to it.
Definitely.
Which is good. Right.
Thanks for that.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we've just arrived in Whitby, on the Whitby Harbour. It's very nice. The cars are parked just up there. We've parked all together on the seafront, which is lovely. A lot of Heartbeat was also filmed around Whitby as well, so we're going to check out a few of the locations where it was filmed. One of which, just in the harbour on the back there, you've got that little pier bit. That featured a lot in the show. A lot of people tend to have fallen off there in the show, and there was a scene when Sergeant Merton drives his black Ford Anglia police car on there as well. So yeah, that was quite interesting. So it's nice to see a bit of the seaside again after all this lockdown. We've been stuck, well, I've been stuck in the Midlands in Birmingham, and it's been nice to get out and about in the countryside, and of course the seaside, which is right next door into the countryside as well. So yeah, let's go and check it out and see what Whitby's all about. Right then guys, so we're going to head up the Whitby Abbey. There's about 201 steps going up here, so I'll catch you when I'm dead at the top. But yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
This is all steps now. Yeah?
Do you know the bit in Cinderella where she comes dancing down the stairs in a glass shoe? Is it Cinderella?
Cinderella coming out the castle.
No, what's the one where she...